give you the same solutions, same clinical effect that a medication give. I think that's what we are trying to show. So, Namaste, I am Vinod Sadashivaya, founder of NutriMap, and I'm a pharmacist by profession. So, I understand the chemical effect of the drug that is on our body, and I have done my Ayurveda dietetics. So, I also understand how food can be used to heal, prevent, or cure any lifestyle disorders like diabetes, blood pressure. So let me start with uh, understanding what diabetes is and what are the causes of diabetes. How does diabetes take place? So here, I think most of you would know that diabetic can be classified into 4 stages. The first stage is called insulin resistance. The second stage is called insulin deficiency, and the third stage is called insulin dependency. And I will take an example of a key and lock analogy to explain how does diabetics, how does blood sugar or these stages happen. In a normal body, when the cell is in a hunger state, it usually sends a signal to the brain stating that it requires glucose or energy. The brain then triggers the hunger signal, and we then eat. The moment we eat, the food is converted to glucose, and once the glucose comes into blood, immediately that signal is triggered to pancreas to produce insulin. And insulin are like our delivery boys. They carry the glucose to the cell where the energy is required, and the glucose or the sugar which is there in the blood is delivered to the cell. So this is what is happening in a normal body, a healthy body. Now, when we lead a lifestyle or a food habit which is unhealthy, what happens is that these functions are in an imbalanced state. So there is a formation of unmetabolite uh, food, what we called ama, or we can say it as a fatty coating or a bubble gum. So, for example, if somebody comes and sticks a bubble gum into the key hole of the door, it is very difficult for us to for the key to operate. Similarly, what happens is that these unmetabolites or the fatty acids, which are formed due to wrong lifestyle or wrong diet, coats the cells, thereby preventing the insulin signals uh, and stopping the glucose entry into the cell. So now the same mechanism happens. The cell needs energy. The cell has sent the signal to the brain. The brain has signaled the hunger signal. We have taken the food. Food is converted to glucose, and the moment the moment glucose comes into the blood, the pancreas trigger the insulin, and insulin is produced. In an insulin resistant stage, when the insulin carries the glucose or the sugar to the cell where energy is required, due to the coating or the bubble gum that is sticking on the cell will not open the door, and thereby the sugar or the glucose which is there in the blood doesn't get into the cell, and the glucose starts starving. After a lot of effort, finally the glucose gets into the cell, but there is a lot of stress which is developed, and that stage is called insulin stage. And mostly in this stage, reversible, you are hearing a lot of reversible thoughts. In this stage, reversible chances are definitely high. Then if we continue the same lifestyle, whereby we have not addressed the root cause, and we are just moving on the same, thinking that okay, I'm having tablet and my blood sugar is in control, but I have not addressed the root cause. The sticky substances now becomes more harder, and they start coating more cells. So once the sticky substances becomes more harder, the glucose cannot enter into the cell, and when glucose is not entering the cell is time and again signaling the brain to produce more insulin. And when the pancreas produces more insulin, thinking that the glucose is not delivered to the cell, the pancreas get stressed, and thereby uh, they they start reducing the production of insulin, where the second stage of diabetes starts, which is called as insulin deficiency stage. Here, the production of insulin is stopped, and the pancreas is under stress. This again continues further, and the pancreas becomes very stressed. They stop totally producing insulin, and we fall into the final stage, which is called as insulin dependent stage, where no insulin is produced, and this is when we take insulin from outside. In all the three cases, if you see, we have not yet addressed the root cause. So until and unless we address the root cause, it is very difficult for us to come out with uh, this lifestyle disorder. So if yeah, I would like to stop here, and yeah, yeah. Is any questions from anyone? Am I going too fast, too slow? Is it too scientific, or I think is it okay? Okay, thank you, Kanka, for the thumbs up. I think it helps me also to match my speed, and yeah, thanks a lot. Okay, now I'll move further. So what? So how does these fatty layer are formed? How does this coating happens? So this is because of wrong food. Food can become toxic, and how does this wrong food? So wrong food is defined as when there is a wrong combination of food. For example, nowadays we have a lot of these combos coming with different combos which we have, which are very catchy to our eye, which again cost wise it's very economical. So there, if you see, uh, an example of a wrong combo can be having a orange which is healthy. So we all know that orange is healthy, and milk. Now milk is also healthy. So when orange and milk is taken as a healthy breakfast, it becomes a wrong combination inside the body. I think if uh, I think you would have seen that when we squeeze a lemon into the milk breaks, right? Similarly, when when orange, which is sour in taste, acidic, is mixed with an milk, it creates a wrong combination, and thereby that wrong combination can form an undigested metabolites when we continue for a longer time. So though we think that these two foods are healthy, but when it is combined wrongly, they can. So similarly, there will be a lot of wrong combination examples which I'll share. And then cooking process. Even with cooking process, wrong cooking processes, there will be a formation of undigested metabolites. For example, when we cook or overheat meat, there is a AGS formation, which again affects our insulin sensitivity. When meat is cooked at high temperature, like our barbecue, we have now barbecue restaurants where everything is cooked at a high temperature. So cooking process should also be considered when we talk about healthy diet. Wrong cooking process. A common example is cooking our rice in pressure cooker. So I will share how. So when we cook rice in the pressure cooker, the glycemic index is high, whereas when we cook rice in an open vessel where we drain the water, the glycemic index becomes lower. Uh, so that's why cooking process is also should be considered. Then eating sequences. So what should we eat first? Sweet, sour, or which taste should be taken at the first? Because we know most of us love ice cream and desserts at the end of the party. That means we are taking this. So is that the right process, or should we eat sweet at the front? So as per the ancient Indian body science, sweet is to be taken in the start of the meal, and we should end with astringent taste. If we do opposite, again, there will be different reactions in the body, and food becomes an undigested metabolize, and it becomes a toxic, which can lead to any of the stages of insulin resistance or insulin deficiency. Yeah, I think we can move to the next slide, Leo. So yes, so as you all know that most of you will agree, smoking, alcohol has an unhealthy effect on us. So I'll not dig deeper into that. Daytime sleep, untimely eating, these are all small things, but they cause imbalance in our body. Untimely eating, especially.
Sorry to disturb.
Yeah, yes.
Few of us have raised their hands to
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Shrikant, you had any?
even one more had raised.
They have kept. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay. If you have any, yeah, any questions, yeah, you can please stop me and raise, or you can just unmute yourself and talk. Or if you have any doubt, that you can just please. So I was talking that untimely eating, that is one common thing with busy lifestyle. So we may think this untimely eating is a very small change, which will not impact. But when we continue this for a longer time, it again causes imbalance in our body functions, and thereby which leads to diabetic. It's like how if an in an unseason, if rain comes, you can see that most of the crops gets damages. Yes, rain is good, but it has to be in its own season. Similarly, timely eating has to be good, and sleep. Most of us, there's a big myth that sleeping 7 to 8 hours is sufficient. But again, that we should not only measure the timing, we should also map it with our natural clock, because our sleep rhythm is always mapped, goes according to the natural rhythm. So we should see that that 7 to 8 hours is in the night, and after sleep, before sleep activity also has an impact on our lifestyle. And the most biggest, what to say, uh, root cause of diabetic can be this, uh, what our ancient text talks about, soma bana, in moderate quantity is good. What our ancient text talks about.
Somapanam.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, again, that, yeah, yeah. So if you have noticed that we all have a different fingerprint, and that fingerprint is just in a small area of our finger. So if that small part of our body is so unique, and everyone has that, everyone's fingerprint is very unique. So do you think our bodies are alike? So definitely we are not alike. All are unique. Our functions are different. Though we may eat the same food, though may we look similar, but internally the functions are very different for each. So if we understand which body type we are and eat and live according to our body type, it definitely helps us. So there are majorly V, P, and K body types, which we can be classified, and there can be combination of VP, KP, or PV, depending upon our bioconstitution, our physiology, our physical nature, and our psychology. So if we lead a lifestyle according to our body type, it will definitely prevent many disorders. Now, the one more myth that we all uh, know, that eating cucumber can cause weight gain. So if we consider the body type, cucumber is a raw vegetable. So most think that eating cucumber will help me lose weight. But for a certain body type, for example, K body type, where the metabolism of them is slow and cooling, it can definitely increase their weight, because food has its functional property too, other than carbohydrate and protein. If we understand those functional properties, based on your body type, we can manage many health issues. Similarly, exercise and walking. Yes, we all know that exercise and walking is healthy, but is it healthy for all? Not for all. The V body type who are naturally drying in nature, if they exercise and walk for more time, they sweat more, and thereby their dryness increases. That's the reason you will see that they are prone to very skin issues, dry skin issues. And again, so here you can see that how generalized health concepts may also harm us. And when we started our webinar, there was a question where we said, is vegetable healthy? And most of you agreed for that. So now you can see that for some body type, these vegetables can also have an imbalance effect. Yeah, we can. Yeah, and yeah, V type, because now if we take a V type body, if we take a V body type, so they have a very drying nature.
Nature.
Yeah. So vegetable is high in fiber. So what does this fiber do? The fiber will absorb already the very less fluid in the body, which makes their body more prone to dryness. Now that dryness can start in the intestinal or in the stomach. Then slowly, if they continue longer time, the dryness will slowly move to one tissue to other, and it can also reach to the bone. When the bone becomes dry, now that is classified as arthritis. So similarly, when the cells become dry, there can be chances of insulin sensitivity. Sensitivity of insulin will be disturbed. Thereby, again, blood sugar may not get your glucose or the sugar cannot get into the cell, because there is no signaling between the cell and the insulin. That's the reason eating, drinking, or exercising as per our body type can prevent many disorders. Yeah. Yeah, I think before we proceed further, in our discussion, I would be happy to address one or two questions if anyone has, or they can, if they're free to ask.
Yeah, yeah, Vinodji.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah. See, South Indians, South Indians specifically, they will eat the sweet and everything in the beginning of the dinner or beginning of the lunch.
yes,
But if you go to the west and the north,
yes,
okay, they will eat sugar at the end because it is
yes.
habituated for them. It is they are eating the sweet after the lunch or after the dinner for the longer time, around decades. This one.
Hmm.
Okay, what is the data you are having that they are not suffering from all diabetes or something?
No, see,
The
it is,
place,
yeah, yes, doctor. Gita, you can.
it depends upon the temperature of the place where they're living,
Okay,
and that will affect the metabolites inside our body. Means the food what we take should be adjusted to the place where we are living, along with the doshas, whatever we have, the type of body we have. So North Indians may not face that effect because of the temperature in that region where they live. So the
okay.
habitat also plays a role in disease forming status.
Yeah, sorry for the interruption. Now, if I want to take the sweet,
Hmm.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah,
if I'm there in Bangalore, how can I come to know that if I'm there in Bangalore or if, because see, in Karnataka also there are temperatures are variant.
yes,
If I am there
Uh,
in Bangalore, temperature is different. If I go to my Gulbarga, then its temperature is totally different.
yes.
Then how to
yeah.
correlate this one?
Yeah. So now the appetite is based on the conception where you were born. So that's the reason, because this genetic code of your metabolism that happens at the time of conception. So that code cannot be changed. So then, depending upon the epigenetics, the environment that is surround, slowly that code can be modified or it can be changed. But that takes a longer time.
Okay. If I am born in Gulbarga,
Yes.
okay. Now I
Hmm.
am staying in Bangalore.
Yes.
Okay. Now you tell me. Just I want to know whether I
Yes.
should go for food sweet after food or before food.
See, the idea of taking sweet before food is aiding in the digestion, because if you take carbohydrate or sweet in the early stage, the saliva can secrete enzymes, amylase, at the starting, because carbohydrate may take longer time. So thereby it helps in digestion. And if you take the astringent taste like the rasam or more at the end, it helps again in digestion, whereby breaking down becomes easier. If you take sweet at the end, sweet increases heaviness in the body, thereby it will make you sleep during after food, because sweet is very nourishing in nature. So as you know that small kids are always given, small babies, what is the taste of the small babies of food, Shrikant, if I can.
Yeah, sweet only, sweet only.
So why sweet?
Okay.
Why not other taste? Because sweet is always nourishing, and it is always heavy in nature. So similarly, our body doesn't understand sugar, honey, all this. Body only reacts on the chemical receptor that is triggered on your tongue. The moment it touches sweet, all the nourishing activity will start. So now if you take the sweet at the end of your meal, that time that nourishing activity will start, whereby it becomes very heavy for the digestive process. That's the reason, to aid the digestion, because if your
No, no.
digestion is good.
My query is different. My query is simple, very simple.
Yeah.
See, Madam Doctor has told that it depends upon the environment where they are.
Yes.
I am just asking one simple thing that I am born in Gulbarga.
Yes.
Okay, their temperature is completely like it is like a North India.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, then there because see, thing is when can I take this weight?
Sweet you should always take in the to start in the
Starting.
at the first starting. You may be in Gulbarga, you may be anywhere. Definitely, habitat has its own role, but
One
as
more
Yeah. Yes,
One
doctor.
more thing, because we take sweet. Why do we take sweet? Because the gastric juices are in
Yes.
their topmost effectiveness. So
Yes.
just to palliate the excess gastric juice, we have to take Madhura Rasa or the sweetness.
Okay.
It may not be in the taste, it may
Okay.
be in the content, that is the carbohydrate content. So that depends upon the food what we take. It may not be only sweet. You can take even plain rice with this one. That also acts as a
Sweet.
Madhura Rasa.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions or anything to clarify here? Yeah. Okay. So now, so as we all know that our hair, our nails, our bone, our flesh, blood, you take any part of our body, our teeth, everything is a formation of food. It's all made from food, because food is that we are made up of, and food is converted to these parts based on different functions. So to lead, so if food is everything, so definitely my professor used to say ki, uh, if food is everything, and it's a modifiable character, if you understand the food and its effect on your body, you can manage, control any health issues or disorders. So when we eat according to our body type, when we eat according to season, when we eat a healthy combination, when we eat a good processed food where this wrong processing is not there, food can turn into medicine, because you are made up of food only. And if you have any issues in the functions in your body, if you alter the food, definitely those function can uh, come into order. And every time you eat or drink, you are either feeding a disease or fighting it. Yeah, we can move to the next slide. So here is an example of how food can also give the same effect of a diabetic medication quickly. So you can see a report which shows that a blood sugar was controlled from 248 to 193, and after food 390 to 279. Here, the report here, the Nutri candidate used food as its tool. We will talk about this testimony as we move further. So again here, this testimonial talks about a 1 year window or a 9 months window of HbA1c. So even after 9 months, the HbA1c didn't change. Rather, it was reversed. Again, it shows that it is sustainable. So it's not that it was just for that time. So even if you continue according to the rules of your body type, the right combination, right cooking process, seasonal eating, you can easily sustain those clinical results too. Yes. So we at NutriMap help you in understanding your body type. We help you understand and know your imbalance, know your digestive power, and the lifestyle score. Because by mapping all this, it will be very easy for you to understand what may be the root cause of your blood sugar increase or any other comorbidities or conditions that is associated with diabetes. When you see holistically, you yourself can manage, control, or reverse certain cases here. Yeah. We also we look food from different angle beyond calories, carbs, and protein and fat. Yes, definitely calories, carbs, protein, and fat is a good way of looking the food. But if you want to understand its therapeutic property, if you want to understand its functional effects, what does a food, a egg or a apple finally do to your cell mechanism? So these 20 biophysical properties can help you. These biophysical properties are very simple, like dryness, hotness, lightness. For example, you know that if you eat chili, it will increase your uh, heat. That means your metabolism will increase, thereby your thermoregulator will get affected and your temperature will increase. And if you are already in a hot place, you are adding the external temperature is also adding to that, thereby further the temperature will increase. And if you are a P type body, where for them always the heat, we call that as a very heating body, their metabolism will be high. So again, if a P type body having chili and in a hot temperature, will definitely increase his inflammation. No matter what medications he is taking, that inflammation will not come down. So knowing your biophysical property is important. There are 20 biophysical properties. Organoleptic properties, there are 6 organoleptic properties which can be easily classified as sweet, sour, salt, bitter, astringent. So all these organoleptic properties, yes, they are taste, but they have their own chemical actions when they enter into our body. And then two thermogenic properties like heating and cooling. Every food has these properties. If we understand to classify these properties based on these thermogenic properties, biophysical properties, we can design clinical diets. Yeah. So when we join our program and when you go through all these questionnaires, this is how the report will look, where the report will give you a clear understanding what is your root cause, what is your body type, why this imbalance is there, and what can you do to manage this. Yeah, we can move forward. So let's take an example of upma. Yes. So in most of the cases, if you're a diabetic, chances are there that they will say you don't have upma. So now here, if we use the biophysical properties and your body type, you can design your upma uh, based on the grains property. For example, if you are a V type body, you can, instead of rava, which has a high glycemic index, you can use barley, uh, which is uh, which is a low glycemic index, and thereby it is also heavy in nature, so it is good for V body type. Similarly, broken wheat or buckwheat for P body type, because P body type will have a very hot body. So now for them, they require a cooling ingredient. So broken wheat is cooling. It is also low in glycemic index. So now, for example, if that P body type is having a millet-based upma, which is common, uh, chances are there that his temperature will increase, because some millets are very heating in property. So though this blood sugar will show low, but his sweating problem, I think most of them have said that they have a lot of sweating. So that excessive sweating can't be reduced, because of that heat, his body will automatically sweat. The water will come to bring down the temperature. So that's why knowing the properties of grains, biophysical properties of grains, helps in balancing all the other symptoms, which cannot be done by just knowing carbohydrate, fat, and protein. Similarly, bajra millet, which will be good for K body type. So here, if you see, you can have your upma, but only the grains are changed. Yeah, we can move to the. So now, if you say no, I cannot cook, I don't have time, and we understand time is a constraint today. So if you work based on the biophysical property, even the same upma can be modified by adding or deleting ingredient. For example, if you add ghee to the upma, the fat, when combined with a carbohydrate, will reduce its glycemic index. And ghee is again uh, what to say, oiling in nature, so it will be good for V type body. And similarly for P type body who have a strong metabolism, they can use raw
Vegetable.
vegetables like cucumber. Cucumber is cooling in nature, so thereby they can bring down their temperature. And raw vegetable has fiber, so it will again help in reducing the glycemic index of upma. Here the upma is same. You have not changed the recipe of upma since all the four people in the family are not diabetic. So the uh, P type body can have this. Similarly for K type body, now if he is having ghee along with upma, it may not suit him because his digestion is low. So again, ghee will again further. So instead, if they can change the cooking process, they can steam the upma. Like in Kerala, we do puttu. So process. So here you see how we have used the process. Cooking process can reduce the glycemic index of a food. If you change just the processing, all the recipe remains the same. Similarly, combination. Here you see we have used the combination and science, where we have combined raw vegetable cucumber with upma to reduce our glycemic index. So you can enjoy your taste. No need of making any new recipe. With this understanding, you can balance your glycemic index, blood sugar, as well as reduce all the other symptoms that is there. Yeah, next. Yeah. Hey, Leo, would you like to take this uh, slide? Yep. Yeah. So yes. So just to, yeah, yeah, you can. Mm, yes, yes. Take. Yeah, I think we are left with 20, 10, 15 minutes. So Q&A will be there, and I think three more slides are there. So, yeah, this is, yeah. I think the name is changed. Mr. Ganesh, he's an entrepreneur from a medical field. So he got his uh, annual health checkup done, and that's when he could see that his blood sugar was drastically high. His lipid profile was very high. He was, his HbA1c was high. So he was in a very shocked scenario, because he went just for that health checkup, which we annually do. So he was in a dilemma to choose the route. Is it relevant for, yes, I like, yes, Srikanth, it is relevant. We also, because the science is relevant to all lifestyle disorders, so we'll definitely take that. Leo, you can just make a note. Srikanth is looking for BP. So Umesh was looking for a option to control his diabetes. So he had the normal medication option and the food option. So he felt that since he himself is a pharmacist, so he wanted to try he understand the long-term effect of medication. So he went with food option, and so he said, let me take a risk, and within 15 days he could see a change in his blood sugar level. So he got that confidence, and again he said, I'll continue it. And within 3 months, when he again rechecked his HbA1c lipid profile, all came down drastically. And that's when he got more confident, and he felt, I will do this for next 3 more months. And it's now ninth month running, and yet he is not on medication. He is able to manage his diabetes just with food and lifestyle changes based on the science of body type. Yes, we can. Yeah, I think this is where, if people have any questions about the program, here it's a 21 days program, and where the program cost is 4,995. For the webinar, we have an offer which is at 3,995. So you can definitely, if you feel that it is going to help you and manage all your health conditions, symptoms, you can take. And before taking, if you have any questions, we have a free counseling option also, where you can call us, have a 20 minutes call, and then we will answer all your questions. Even after this one also, this meeting will be open for Q&A. So yeah, particular. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Hmm. Hmm. Or yeah, because now this is more for the from the diabetic webinar, or we can also have a BP webinar. That's also a good topic.
Um, yeah, hi.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
I mean, like I said, I take some tablets for
Yeah.
BP,
Okay.
but yeah, I mean, but my sugar is under control. I mean,
Okay.
my fasting is, I think, 80 or something like that.
Okay.
So that I'm happy. I tested just 2 months back,
Okay. Okay. Good.
I'm not too sure what I mean, what more you would be able to do. right?
Okay.
All these, yeah, plans and all are there. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, but I'm still not able to get a hang of. I mean, you are also spending time, right? I mean, I'm also going to spend time following
Yes.
whatever advice I
Yes.
come out of it, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, I mean, I'm eat mostly home food.
Okay.
Occasionally, yeah, eating out, binging.
Okay.
So, what is it that will make sense? I'm not getting a hang of it.
Okay. Okay.
Or maybe we'll talk separately. So
Yeah, I
I
think,
don't
yeah.
want to
So,
disturb other questions coming up. Thank
no,
you.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can go to that slide. Yeah, yeah. So as you said that I'm not sure the blood sugar control is because of the medication or you're not on medication. So that clarity definitely I would take once I uh, get it to a
No,
person.
there's no sugar medication I need.
Okay, okay. So you're not having any medication. It's only
There's no need, no.
okay.
My
I'm not.
sugar is
Oh, you're not diabetic. It's only
yeah,
for
I'm
blood
not
pressure.
diabetic.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. So we thought it is diabetic plus. Okay. Yeah. Definitely. Because again, blood pressure is first we will understand. Try to understand. I mean, we'll understand your body type because each body has its own root cause, and then we will understand your imbalances, the current imbalances that is there with you, and then try to get your digestive power. How good is it, variable or is it balanced? Then we will take your lifestyle score, as you have already said that you have a healthy lifestyle. Still we will try to assess all your sleep cycle, your stool, your urination, and all the regular physiology